until I leave that place.
Yeah.
You know, and to me, there are certain conversations I don't even engage in when I look at the tribalistic setting of the conversation.
I'm sorry, I might have to. Hi guys, I'm Kyle, and welcome to another exciting episode on the Opinionated. And with me is Ayman. Ayman, right?
Yeah, Ayman.
Ayman, what's up now? How you doing?
What's up? I'm good.
Ayman, so Ayman, wait, I'm curious. What does Ayman mean?
Well, I get a lot of reactions when people hear the name Ayman. They always think that I'm either Hausa,
Most definitely.
Muslim or something, but I'm not actually.
Okay.
I'm actually Igbo.
Okay. Now this is more interesting.
So, but the name Ayman came from my mom. My name is Emmanuel actually. So, but my mom would always call me Iman, short form of Emmanuel.
Oh.
So, and that's the name she called me anytime she was happy with me. So, like I had like a series of names. So when she's happy with me, overly happy with me, she calls me Iman. That's like
Iman.
Yeah. So when I hear Iman, I'm not scared. I know that. Ground.
So I'm interested in the other name. What is the one when she's angry? What does she call you when she's angry?
She calls me my Igbo name Chukuma.
Chukuma. Then you know she's angry.
I know there's fire on the mountain.
Ha!
Yes. So I know there's fire on the
interesting.
mountain. But when she's overly excited, she calls me a boy. So it's I have like names for every kind of mood she's in. So Iman is like her favorite. Yeah. So
wow. I actually thought you were Muslim or you're Hausa.
I get that a lot of people think.
So what name do you use officially? Is it Ayman, Iman, or Emmanuel?
Well, I've been battling with that for a while, but I decided officially to adopt the name Iman.
So that's your official use, Iman?
It depends on what you mean by official use.
Like, for instance, you're going to get your passport.
Oh no! I use my full name, Emmanuel.
Okay, yes. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, Ayman, right? Iman. Okay, Iman. Pardon me. So today we'll be discussing the recent happenings in Sokoto. Like, I'm sure you're following the story, right?
I followed the story. Yeah. Yes, I did. I did follow the story for a while. Yes, I think I read about it.
Okay.
It's a very disturbing subject or topic, you understand, and
it's very disturbing.
It's something that is a topic that has a lot of opinions, different kind of opinions, you know, and it's a whole lot.
Definitely.
It's really a whole lot, and I got to know
let me ask you now, what's your take on the whole story, following up on the very beginning of the story? Like, what's your take on it?
Okay, I would say, like I said initially, it's a very disturbing story. I purged myself of the urge to watch the video when it first got circulated on the internet. I really worked on myself. Like, I really held myself back from watching the video or paying attention to.
It's a very sad.
Yeah, and I'm at a space where I'm considering, like, I'm putting so much effort into prioritizing my mental health, my mental space. So I didn't want to get into that space because I knew it was going to mess with my psyche and everything. But yes, it was quite disturbing, and I would say that is a kind of conversation that has stirred up different emotions. You know, coming up from the Christians, coming up from the Islamic people, coming out from people from different all walks of life. So I think this is a battle of what I would say I feel is a battle of religion. Is a religious battle, in the sense that the bone of contention is a religious one. You know, Deborah was not said to have stolen from anybody or did any other thing outside blasphemy. So it's more like a religious tussle. I don't want to really say tussle, but it's just like a religious. The bone of contention is religious in nature. So I would always say it's a religious battle. You understand? So, but in general, it's a despicable act. It's something that
I was waiting to that part.
It was a despicable act. Yes, it was a despicable act. I frown at it at so many angles. You know, but I'll also not fail to look at the situation from away from different angles. Yes. Now, I'm not supporting the killing of Deborah. I'm not saying I'm not saying that the killing of Deborah was actually justified or justifiable. You can't justify taking away human life because I don't even know why people would take away life because you can't create it. I can boldly take out something that I know I can replace. Definitely. You understand? But life is so precious. Blood is sacrosanct. It's important. I don't know. There is nothing as precious as blood.
As human life.
As human life.
Let's quickly trace it down from the very beginning of the story, where it was said that she was complaining on a class group chat, right? That they were misusing the importance of the group or the essence of the group, which is understandable, right? Because I personally can relate to her. Like, I'm also on a group chat where people most times we just randomly send unnecessary and irrelevant text to the group, and you get to miss out on important ones because you can't come online and you get to meet about 1,000 or so many messages, and then where do you start from? How do you keep replying the ones you've missed? So I understand that aspect here, where she said she actually told them peacefully that, you know what, this group was not meant for something like this, which is understandable. I mean, if you were in her shoes, you most definitely say the same thing because you'd want to pick out on the important messages. So this now, I think, led to the anger of some of these Islamic people on the group.
I don't think it really. I don't think looking at it from an open-minded side of the story, I don't think that's enough to have triggered such acts. Now, I'm not just.
You mean from the
Sokoto people or the Islamic people? I don't feel like that was enough to have triggered the situation. Now, I'm not justifying her killing, but I mean, dig deep into the story, you would realize, or you would find out the part where I'm not sure, so I'm not going to say categorically.
You're not sure, Biko, no talk.
No, I'm just saying.
No,
come on. I'm not saying, I can't say categorically this is what it is because, like I said before, earlier on, I said I battled with seeing that
video,
clip. Even as much as reading about the whole story, the article, whatever it is, I battled with reading it. So I had to read it because people were saying a lot of things. So I needed to get some things straight. And even at that, I read it haphazardly. Like, I didn't concentrate to read it. But I think I read a part of that story that said she, at a point when they attacked her, like not like physically attacking her, when they like attacked her on the group chat, and I think I read where she mentioned something of like stupid in quotes. I think I read that line, I'm not sure. Now, assuming without conceding that that was what she did, you understand? I feel that's where this thing triggered off from.
Yeah.
You know, because...
Is that enough reason to even want to kill a human being?
It's not enough reason.
Exactly.
But then, I wouldn't say... It's not enough reason. For me, personally, that's not enough reason for you to wake up one morning, attack a fellow human being and sniff out life from that person in such a gruesome way. It's not even like you shot the person died. Like you stoned the person to death and then you burnt the person. There is nothing on earth that would justify such actions. But I would say something. A lot of people would disagree with this point.
Especially me, because I think I already know where you're coming
from.
A
lot of people would disagree with this point.
Yeah.
Right? But take it or leave it. This is what it is. So now, if she did make, assuming without conceding, so the fact that she made a derogatory statement or a statement that connotes blasphemy against the prophet of, I don't know, against the Islamic prophet, assuming without considering, that was a very wrong act. One, on its side.
On your own.
On my own part, on my own understanding, that's a very wrong part. Because my mom will always say something. She will always say that when you go to the room, you behave like the Romans. Now, it's even sickening to me that the fact that the said lady, God bless her soul, God rest her soul, that she was a Christian Northerner.
Yeah.
So it's assumed that she is conversant with the rules and regulations guiding that particular vicinity where she found herself in. Now, if I visit a new place for a while, I need to study the environment. I know the do's and don'ts of the environment.
Try to adapt.
And I try to conform to the principles of that society until I leave that place.
Yeah.
You know, and to me, there are certain conversations I don't even engage in. when I look at the tribalistic setting of the conversation.
I'm sorry, I might have to hold you there because I want to go back again to the very beginning of the story.
Yeah.
Because we can't neglect that fact. Now, it was said that this girl said these things peacefully. Like she told them politely that you guys should create another.
But that's where she would have drawn the line. That's where she would have pinpointed that conversation. End of discussion. That's
I'm sure she was pissed as regards to their responses.
Now, this brings me back to what I've been saying, you know. Like I keep saying, I'm not justifying whatever it is that happened to Deborah, but I'm saying one thing I've learned, or I think people should learn from this issue, like whenever something happens, there must always be the good and the bad part aspect. You must always pick something from an event, something that occurs. Now, one thing I urge people to pick out from this situation is that no matter how pissed you are, it's a difficult thing. We're all human beings, but
you learn to manage your anger.
Not just managing your anger. Bridle your tongue. Know what to say. Know when to say it.
That's something to learn.
Know how to say it. Now, what I call effective communication is when I pass the message to you and you understand it. And you may not agree with me totally, but you respect what I have said.
Yeah.
I call that effective communication. And effective communication will only take place where will not only take place, or what facilitates effective communication, I would say, is the manner and the tone at which the message is passed. There's something I will say to you now. I might be right, but the tone, the manner, the approach, how did I say it? You understand? Would be totally wrong, because that would determine how you perceive the message or how you would process the information. You understand? And I'm responsible for what I've just said. And you are responsible for how you interpret it.
Yeah.
You understand? So effective communication goes through a lot of processes.
Yeah.
You understand? And one of the processes is the tone, the manner of approach, how you say things. So one thing I've learned from this, I'm going to categorize it, is one, bridle your tongue. Learn to know when to speak, how to speak, and who to speak to. You understand? Now, this is something that the root cause of this problem is something that is quite relatable to every young generational student.
The Gen Zs.
Yes, exactly. So now I went to school too. I had like school class groups. You understand? Yeah. And these are things we battled every time on the group chat. People would just wake up and start cussing themselves on social on the
some
class.
people turn into marketplaces.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't even visit right now. We've graduated, but I don't even visit my class group, except I feel like, oh, maybe when the message dropped and the headline, you know, when WhatsApp just brings out just like a few, you know, and I just feel like, oh, this is like something I need to check on. I just go there and just see the last message and I zoom out, because it's become a marketplace, it's become a campaign ground, it's become a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
People do not know that in as much as we're in the same group, there should be some form of respect of boundaries.
Yeah.
Because there are different people on that group.
Yeah.
You understand? So what I'm saying is that even at that point...
I'm sorry, did you also notice that they were trying to impose certain religion on the group chats? Did you read that story?
Yeah, I think I saw...
And that was what even aggravated... that was what even made her really angry. Then she was trying to tell them that you can't impose a religion on this group chat, because this is a group chat with
still boils down to what I said. Know how to say things.
Of course, yeah.
You understand? Don't allow your emotions to get the better part of you, because she allowed her emotions to get the better part. She could have left that conversation.
Yeah.
If she had known or had a slightest idea that this conversation would lead.
For all we know, this thing might not even be. It might be something that has been occurring for the longest of time on the group chat, and she just cannot hold it again. But then I understand where you're coming from.
You leave the group chat.
Bridge your tongue. A class group chat.
Whatever. They could have been 1,001 ways to have handled the issue.
Of course.
You understand? That's what I believe. But that doesn't still justify the action. Now, why do I feel like that doesn't justify the action? Is because, for instance, nobody in Nigeria, according to the law, has the right to sniff out life from another person.
True.
You understand? Now, if you feel, let's assuming without considering to the fact that, oh yes, blasphemy has actually taken place. Yeah. Let's assume that we've established it that something of this nature happened.
Yeah.
Your religion has been insulted, your whatever has been, you know, what's the next step of action?
Yeah.
This is where I feel like everybody's getting it wrong. The fact that you've been, how do I put it? The fact that you've been, oh God, what's the word? The fact that you've been wronged doesn't mean that you should take the laws into your hands.
Of course,
because that's practically what they just
I think
did.
That's something we really need to hammer in this country.
You understand? Jungle justice, everybody just, hey, let's just kill it, let's just do it, you understand? So I feel like Nigerians, if we are really ready to have this conversation, it boils down to everybody.
Exactly.
You understand? Because even in secondary school, if you listen to some stories, people tell you in secondary school, they'll say, oh, someone stole.
And then they
beat the person. Yeah. Everybody joins.
I think it's not just secondary school, it's everywhere. Yeah.
I think in secondary school, they used to say Jayo Sule, something of that nature. They come together and beat up the person. Yeah. What happened to handing over the person to the porter? So it's something that has been in our mindset even from childhood. So it's a conversation that affects everybody.
And that brings me down to the next question. Do you think the government is handling this situation the way they should? I mean, the government of Sokoto State, do you think they're handling it the way they should?
Well, I don't like to speak on things I do not know about holistically, you understand? But I would say, because I immediately I read about the story, I zoned out from the whole conversation
because it was
messing with my mental space.
But did you? I think I recently saw a post on Tunumbu where he said that the whole action, it was on news as of yesterday, I think on TVC, that the whole action was as a result of the ASU strike. I'm sorry, that was preposterous.
I think I saw it.
Yeah.
It wasn't funny to me because we're talking about life.
It wasn't funny, but then thinking about it,
it's funny actually. Yeah, you can actually laugh about it. Yeah. That was preposterous coming from a presidential aspirant, a politician of that caliber.
Exactly.
I would have expected more. Exactly. But am I disappointed? Nah, I'm not disappointed.
So you've given up on your country?
I haven't given up on Nigeria, but where it's coming from, am I disappointed? No, I'm not disappointed. You understand? But I mean, when things happen like this, it's normal. It has become a thing of normalcy that we trivialize important issues in Nigeria. You understand?
Deep.
We trivialize important issues in Nigeria, and particularly the government.
Yeah.
You understand? So just like when the shooting at Lekki toll gate happened, government officials came up with different, ideologies or they say, oh, this is how it happened. They tagged it different things.
Names,
you understand? Just to water down the whole situation.
Exactly.
So him coming to say this is as a result of an ASU strike. One, it was preposterous, but I'm not disappointed. Hey, a lot of things have happened in Nigeria. They trivialized it. So I would have been surprised. Actually, I would have been disappointed if they didn't trivialize this one.
This whole thing, yeah.
You understand? So
it was more like you expected it.
Yeah, I was expectant of it. You know when I say, one thing I tell people is that zero expectation, little or zero expectation meets no disappointment. You understand? So that's just me. You understand? That's just me. I rarely expect things. You understand? That way, I'm not disappointed. So I feel like in general like a general thought, the whole act is despicable. The whole act is barbaric.
Yeah.
To think that you can just...
I would totally agree with you on that, yeah. But then let's focus on it was said that I think about 34 lawyers, or am I wrong? 34 or 37 thereabouts are currently in the court to, file for the release of those that have been apprehended by the police. But do you think that that's something to really, really, is that the next step of action?
That's their fundamental human right.
I think of course it's their fundamental human right, but I think they should also face the wrath of the law. And
if you're not the law, you can't say that.
No, I'm not the law, but then the law says that if you kill, you get killed, right?
So just like it now brings me down to it
now depends if they're going with the Sharia law or the legal law.
Apart from that, now, like I said earlier on, I don't know whether I mentioned it while I was talking before. I said I'm looking at this situation, a three-way, from a three-way point of view. Now I'm looking at it from the religious point of view. The Islam people feel they've been wronged by getting a wrong has been.
They've been insulted. Their religion has been insulted.
Yes, a religion has been insulted. they've claimed that a great wrong has been done against their belief.
Yeah.
Now, do not put aside that belief. Do not put aside that feeling. That feeling is in order to feel wrong. Do you understand? Don't take it away because of anything. Still put it aside. Now, I'm going to look at it from a concerned Nigerian. I'm going to look at it from an open-minded person. You understand?
Okay.
I'm going to look at it from the point of view of just like a flawed Nigerian.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at it from also the legal point of view. Now, a wrong has been established, or a wrong has been said to have been done against the Islamic religion.
Yeah.
And now the Islamic religion is a religion that we all know that is relatable or very, that has the Sharia law, in covering it and things like that. Yes. So now, they believe that a wrong has been done to them, but was that the next step of action? Was it the appropriate thing to have done? The answer is no.
No, of course.
You understand? The answer is no. Now, looking at it from the legal point of view, if you feel, or if they had felt that, a great wrong has been done against them, there is a Sharia law operated or enforced by a Sharia court of law, practicable in the northern states. Why or what happened to taking the lady to the police and thereby have her tried in a Sharia court? And if found guilty, I don't think we would all be screaming, "Oh, why was she killed?" Because
of course,
I mean, it would have been made known that she violated their rules and regulations. This is the punishment attached to the violation of certain rules. You understand? So if they had taken her to the court, this conversation would have been entirely different.
Because now it's looking more like a religious battle, like you rightly said.
Yes, it's looking like a religious battle. But hey, in all the happenings, in everything in general, like I said, I wouldn't stop saying that this act is not justifiable.
Yeah.
There is nothing on earth that would justify you killing that girl, irrespective of what she has done. But what I was trying to explain earlier on was to just make people know that, in as much as yes, we are crying, we are bitter that this happened, this shouldn't have happened. Our very own was killed, blah 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 blah. In as much as we are bitter, let's not take out the fact that, hey, still a wrong was done. Sorry, still a wrong was done.
Yeah.
And let's not take out the fact. Let's not take out the fact that, or drop the fact, or sweep under the carpet the fact that, these people, even if this was a premeditated act, or they trying to, I'm not saying anything, but even if this was a premeditated act, I feel like somehow, somewhere, she must have allowed herself or played herself into their hands. You understand? So, in a nutshell, there is nothing on earth, no matter what you say, that justifies the act.
Okay, that brings my last question, Iman. Now, do you think it's should you think any Christian body should fight against this act as well? Do you think, like the Christian Nation of Nigeria, do you think it's okay if they come into this situation and fight for Deborah? Do you think it's okay?
Well, I feel one thing I'm going to say.
Or they should just lay low and just let it should die.
Well,
that's a tricky one, right?
Yeah, that's really a tricky one because
I'm thinking
whatever you say now, you might be inciting some level of violence at some point, because you don't beat a child and tell the child not to cry.
Yeah.
So, like I said, this issue is a religious issue, and I feel like the Deborah girl that was killed, God rest her soul, she was a Christian, right?
Yeah.
So I think this is more going to look like, are the Christians going to let this lie low and things like that kind of thing situation. But I would say one thing. I'm not the kind of person I'm not part of those who have given up on the judiciary.
Yeah.
Or haven't given up on Nigeria on the judicial level.
So I feel like you think
I feel like some level of justice can still be done. You understand? Because
although I totally disagree with you on that.
No.
We'll talk about that one.
That's your.
See, it's my opinion.
Almost every Nigerian is fed up.
Yeah. Because you know why I said,
the
do you know what I'm
judicial
saying?
system.
I'm going to, so I'm not saying I'm fed up of the judicial system in Nigeria there, but then again, I'm saying that with the caliber of people involved with this case now, it's looking more like,
It's
and
a
of course we know
case
we know
right now.
Deborah is more like, if we were to actually go by the majority and the minority, obviously that she's the minority even in the north, in Sokoto State. So I'm thinking in my head, would justice really be served? But let's watch out and keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, I feel like justice will be served because this is a straightforward situation.
Yeah.
Except the government want to
do mago.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a straightforward situation because how is it a straightforward situation? It's a straightforward situation because these people have committed crime.
Yeah.
By lynching and killing.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anywhere in Sharia law that says
you should kill
once someone commits an offense contrary to the Islamic rules or laws, blah blah blah, that all the Islamic people should come and kill. I don't think, if that's the situation, then why is there a Sharia court?
Yeah.
You understand? So now when you take laws into your hands and you went as far as killing the person under the idea that, oh, you
went against their religion.
Yes, under the idea that you are fighting for, you are trying to, whatever you think or whatever that it was that was going through your head, it is wrong. You've committed a crime.
Yeah.
Understand? So I think that these guys are going to stand, all should be standing a murder count charge.
Thank you. That's what I needed to hear. Thank you
understand?
very
much. They should stand on the murder count charge.
Thank you so much, Ayman. That was beautiful. I enjoyed our conversation together. It was nice having you.
Yeah.
Hope to see more of you, Sha.
Well,
we see if
I don't disappear after this conversation,
there's freedom of speech, right? We get background
we
get background talk. Anyways, that's how much you can take from today's episode on Opinionated. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe and also like every of our videos, and you can visit my social media profile. That's just
before we go, please. If you're on my group chat,
you're putting it out there.
If you're on my class group chat, Biko, please, Ejo, stop posting unrelated content on our group chat.
Thank you, period.
You understand?
That's
you.
on period. So please don't forget to like, share, and of course, tell a friend to watch out for this video. Yeah. Please follow me on my Instagram and my Instagram page at JustKyle, and you can also follow Ayman.
_Ayman.
Thank you.
IMMAN.
Spell it for them. Anyways, that's how much you can take. It's a goodbye for now.